So, the Mauga meta is finished. The meta of Mauga in every single comp game is done. I guess it was done before these nerfs came out. Mauga was just such a problem that we stopped playing him collectively. These new patch notes are out. Mauga is cooked, and I think we got to talk about it. So I won't waste your time anymore. I'll just put those patch notes up on the screen. Yeah, so we'll start with his health going down from 300 to 250. Not big, like, not really that big, but it's not a big change. His base health and his base armor. The real big change, I think, comes from the cage fight and the cardiac overdrive, obviously. Cage fight is a lot bigger of a deal than people are making it out to be. What made cage fight an actual decent ult was when you were playing, obviously most of the time it was 1v1 up against Mauga. You had that infinite ammo, and that's what gave you the one up on the Mauga. You have equal chances in a cage fight. Your healer and your DPS decide the matchup for you. But if there's nobody there and it's just Mauga v Mauga, you now have no advantage in that cage fight. And if you put Orisa in a cage fight, especially with Orisa buffs that we'll get into later, you're fucked. So I think cage fight is now probably going to be used just to pick off healers. You know, he's not getting as much life suck, life heals, cooldown. Berserk goes from 60 to 50. It doesn't look big, but it is big in the grand scheme of things. And ammo going from 350 to 300 is what it is. Happens. Good thing too. I was getting pretty sick and tired of this fucking meta. And honestly, yeah, that's my opinion. I think they nerfed him pretty good. I think they gave the people what they wanted. I mean, I don't really care if he's not played anymore. He can stay there. That shit was absurd. They can keep him. A lot of people saying the nerfs are harsh, but honestly, I could care less. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing this. The Mauga era is done. Is Denzo. I think he's playable. I still think he's playable. I don't think he's on the same tier as Wrecking Ball. I think there's certain cases where you could play him, but he's a lot more niche than he was. And he's a lot more niche than a lot of the tanks now, which I'll get into. Orisa buffs. This is a lot bigger than people realize. This is a huge buff. Taking off fall off damage, it just makes her like a hit scan, not a hit scan, but a poke / brawl. I think Orisa is going to be the direct counter to Mauga, the direct nerf to Mauga, with the now immune to taking forced critical hit damage. Basically what that means is, you know how when Mauga lights people on fire and you get critical damage for hitting those shots while they're on fire? Well, that doesn't apply to Orisa when she's on fortified. You know, you can tell who that was for, but I don't think it was necessary. I don't think Orisa needed to be more unkillable and fortify. I think she was probably good where she was, and people don't really I don't think people really realize how crazy this fall off damage is. I'm gonna play a clip. Yeah. Next, we have Sojourn buffs. Now, this is kind of... I don't really know how to feel about this, because Sojourn's already the strongest DPS in the game. And for them to just give her a buff, you're going to be blasting away trying to build, you know, beam anyways. So this doesn't really change much. It's just sort of for in between. Illari. Now, when Illari first came out, I don't know if you guys remember, people were criticizing her for being like, you know, less of a healer, more of a DPS. Well, they've totally backtracked and they've gone back to that point. Illari is now another DPS character because her fire, like her primary fire, does not get paused while you're healing. You can heal and still have your shit charging, because that just means you can cycle back and forth from beam healing to just beaming people. And her ult, the damage fall off doesn't exist anymore, so you can just snipe people with Captive Sun from basically anywhere. And then there were a few other fixes, hot fixes I didn't mention, like Hog getting a tiny nerf to his healing. Maybe not tiny. I think this kind of just helps out CC. Stuff like Javelin. It just makes Orisa stronger, because, you know, when you get Javelin, you have to now wait 1.5 seconds to heal, where it was already quite a long time for a second. I don't think that was necessary. I think Hog was good where he was. Ana getting a bio grenade half a second loss. I don't think this is huge though. I think Ana is still Ana. Purple is still purple, but I think we're going into Brawl. Orisa Ram dominated meta now. Orisa with this buff is just crazy. Alari's gonna be high DPS. Yeah, it's interesting to see where things go. I think they did pretty good. Before I end this video, I just want to thank you guys for the support in the last video. It may not look like a lot of viewers to you guys, but for me, that's a lot. And, you know, I just want to say I really appreciate it. You guys coming out to support and, you know, watch the videos, the content that I make, you know, it means a lot to me. Really appreciate you guys going in there and watching my videos, commenting. That means a lot. I was at the gym when all those comments started flying in, and I couldn't even focus on my workout because I was so busy replying to you guys. I'm gonna be trying to roll out content more often. You know, not bug fixes, patch notes, state of the game. I'm gonna be uploading more gameplay content. I really wanted to spend this year and just try and upload a really dedicated year, despite viewership, despite anything. I just wanted see what happened. The last video was really something that's going to keep me motivated to really go through with this year. The last video may not have been top of the line, but I'm working on my editing skills. This is very new to me. Working on my editing, working on my content, going to be dedicating a lot of time to it in between shifts, in between work. I just wanted to thank you guys for the comments and support in the last video. Feel free to do it again if I get lucky enough. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.